Welcome to multiPOPtural. We're multimedia, multicultural, and pop culture as fuck. My name is Brian. I usually go by either B. Hearn or a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Poppy or El Nino, Eagles Nation representing, and lifetime fanboy.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Ryan Saba, otherwise known as Captain Cleveland. I'm your resident Browns loyalist, Chief Wahoo defender, and LeBron lover.
Cleveland! This is for you!
I've answered to Jerry, Don, Jadon, Junior, Private, Nerd, Gaylord, Manchild, Space Boy. I'll answer to anything. I even answer to Hey Shithead for about 10 years waiting tables.
She was so sweet.
I'm the comic guru over here at multiPOPtural, and I'll answer to Jadon, I think.
That's what we're going to call you, so I hope you...
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh, Morty? Oh,
I thought it was cool.
I don't give a what you think, Jerry.
All right, I am Jordan. I go by Doodoo Brown sometimes. That's what I am
Sometimes.
on. Doodoo Brown 3879, Fortnite, PS4.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to say that shit every show. I curse a whole bunch, so I'm sorry if I do that ever again, but fuck you also.
Just to let everybody know, there are going to be some spoilers coming your way. And the show is not exactly PG-13,
There will be some language, folks.
there will be some improper language probably coming your way.
Cap will have a problem with this.
Yeah, not Captain America approved by any means.
We could just say we are Groot the whole time, and I'd be okay with that.
There you go.
You know.
Want to take the opportunity to shout out one of our sponsors, Jeff Beal, who specializes in consulting, design, and project management of any project, specializing in automation systems. For Jeff, guys, no job is too big or too small. Find Jeff on Instagram at GEOFF_pronounced_JEFF.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with Season 4 of Walking Dead. Jadon's going to kick us off with his gripes and notes about the season, and we're going to go from there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm having a difficulty following the show. I mean, I'm a fan from day one, but I'm one of those fans that after season 2 I dropped off, and then I caught an AMC marathon and caught back up. But I got a couple of gripes here.
This is
Every time I get out.
This is going to be great because I don't watch the show anymore after the little child got shot in the face.
Season 1. 2 minutes into Season 1.
Yeah.
So I can add to this.
Thank you.
Well, the big one, number one, is the timeline skips. I mean, it feels like forever is going by when, in actuality, it's been, what, a year, 2 years?
If that, yeah.
Who knows? It's been an eternity.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It feels like 8 years has gone by because it has.
I think the easiest way, to see how long it's been is to look at Judith, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
about a year and a half, the show went on, then Judith pops in. She's
Wait.
probably 2.5 years old.
Judith isn't dead yet? It's a baby
Not yet.
in a zombie apocalypse. The loudest thing you can have besides a gun.
They're keeping her safe.
But yeah.
And most tasty.
The
Succulent.
the Oceanside people. Can I talk about the Oceanside?
Oh, yeah, let's get into that,
Okay,
please.
so we meet the Oceanside people, and then we don't see them for a while, and then for some reason we need them. We need all hands on deck apparently, but they don't have any guns anymore. They took all their guns already. So
Right.
what are they going to do, really?
Well, they have
Right.
the Molotov cocktails.
Right.
Well, that's all we left.
Apparently
That's
all
all
they got.
that's all they left
That's
them.
all they needed.
Wait. Did you just say the Molotov cocktail?
I was going to say Mazel Tov, but I think that's something else.
Right. The Mazel Tov.
This is not a happy occasion.
No. But no, I agree 100%. When they show up there at the, the wrap up of the season, at the very end, I felt like when they were leaving Hilltop or whatever, to me it was just pointless. It's like, really, all you got is just these cocktail bombs that they, and they got them by surprise.
You weren't going to give it a shot, huh?
No, I wasn't even going to give it a shot. I'm like, I'm not even going to try. Because I was going to say Mazel Tov.
Well, now I can't think of the damn name.
Molotov? Is
Yeah.
it
That's it.
Molotov?
There you go.
You're
What
welcome,
did
world.
I say?
Mazel
You said
Tov.
Mazel Tov, like Jewish people.
Yeah, well, I know.
Leave it to the Puerto Rican to come in with the correct pronunciation of the goddamn
AKA
word,
Puerto Rican Poppy.
There you go.
which I guarantee you not a single human has ever called him. Fuck buttons.
Well, we'll leave that alone.
Back to the gripes.
And so my biggest gripe has got to be they killed off my favorite character, Simon. And I've loved this guy ever since I heard his voice
Grand
on the
Theft
show.
Auto.
And I said, oh my God, that's Trevor. I love Trevor. And then I also saw he did some...
He was on Westworld for a couple episodes.
Wait. Okay, so tell me who that is.
his name is Stephen Ogg. He did the voice for Trevor on Grand Theft Auto 5.
Awesome.
He did some Old Spice ads, which are pretty funny. And then he popped up on Westworld, and underutilized, I think. But
Yeah, for sure.
he's amazing. Complete waste of him. I mean, I love what they did with the character. I'm just bummed that he's gone. But
True.
hopefully that will mean he's up for some bigger and better roles. Personally, I want to see him as a Marvel villain. He's that cool. He's that intense.
He is
Agreed.
definitely a cool dude. He kept it going. I mean, without a doubt, the Trevor thing incorporated into, me liking him even more. But it was sad to see him go, for sure.
True. And honestly, he was a great filler as well when the episodes, because there was a lot of episodes without Negan in
For
it,
sure,
which is
especially-
one of my gripes about the season, where he would, I wouldn't say save the episode, but would make it better not having Negan in there.
Yeah, you need some direction there. And when Negan's not around, Simon's definitely your boy.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, not anymore.
Spoiler
Did we say spoilers?
We did mention spoilers. in the
Spoiler
show.
alert.
And so I also have a list of likes. You can't be all negative, but
Yes, it can.
We're salty.
I did like the fact that they got the message that we want them to get on with it.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
We also saw the Carl thread pay off.
Sort of.
I mean, if there was no Carl, then there'd be no
Junior.
hesitation at the end.
And also, the guy he saved dying,
Yeah.
Turned out to be the doctor.
Yeah,
turned out to
the
be
only doctor left.
So there was clearly some benefit there as well.
Let's see here. By far the best good thing from this last episode was definitely the Eugene redemption, I think. The whole time, you see him slowly turning to the dark side.
Yeah.
And then when he was kidnapped and he got away, he looked like he had enough and he was finally ready to be Negan.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. No doubt.
But it was all a ruse,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, it was. It surprised me too at the end there to see him, finally show back up and show love, obviously, to those that kept him safe for so long before he betrayed him.
He
obviously.
caught such shit.
Oh yeah,
For a role that he played.
yeah. Jordan, you look like you want to say something.
Well, here's the thing.
Stop playing Fortnite and listen
off
to
your phone.
what we're talking
Here's the thing. I pushed pause on Fortnite, which, as you all know, you can't do. So I remember this guy, the mullet man.
about. Mullet
Eugene
scientist.
Mullet Man, right? Okay, so I remember Mullet Man back in the day, and I was always pissed off about him being in the show because, he would always do, very pussified things.
He's a
And
pussy.
So he's a super pussy.
They exist in the zombie apocalypse too.
I suppose, but, he was... our very first knowing of this guy was the fact that he does not have the cure.
That and he lied about everything
Right.
to stay
Right.
alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then big old Macho Man, is he still alive? Big old redhead guy?
Oh,
Man, it has
he's
definitely
gone.
been a while, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so
he was the
hi.
first one to meet Lucille.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jordan, and I do not watch The Walking Dead because of all of your gripes that you just...
For sure.
I'm glad you said all that shit. And, Rick's a fucking douchebag.
Oh,
Dude, Rick is
painful.
He is fucking pointless.
Blasphemy.
Oh, my God.
It is
Weren't you...
I'm so angry with you right now.
Hold on, time out. So you spoke to me personally about, his coming of age.
We're going to talk about that. Let's not get ahead of that.
Yeah. Don't
Damn it.
spoil the spoilers.
Okay, first of all, so I'm sorry that I forgot we had an hour before this to talk about everything, and now I have to remember everything before actually saying it again.
Well, your only note says the Oasis. That's it. So we actually have notes and shit.
Okay, I don't want to hear any shit from you because I came prepared. I had a pen and a paper, and I fucking used them.
My man.
He did. He wrote down one word.
E for effort. E for effort for sure.
My Sigourney Weaver notepad.
It is a nice notepad, though.
What else you got, J. Don?
Well, I was actually going to throw out some questions to you guys. I mean, what do you think is the issue here with viewership? I mean, let's see. The totals are 8 million people watched the finale, and so it definitely won out that night from whatever was on. I don't even know what else was on, but let's see. According to Variety, that's a 30% drop from season 7 finale.
Yeah.
But then the highest rated finale was season 5, and it topped out at 15.8 million. So
Wow.
I'm asking what's going on here. I mean, what are your gripes about the show as a whole? You that hasn't watched
It since season 5.
Yeah, let's
I
start with
believe.
Jordan.
Jordan, you want to take this?
The person
It's
who
perfect for him.
at their highest was still watching, and now I don't watch because of everything that's going on.
They lost you.
Yeah, exactly. They lost. So maybe someone could tell me what happens at season 5. Does anyone remember, like, right off the bat exactly
No.
what happened? That's fine.
It all comes together.
I think the end of season 5 was where we see Morgan pop up again, and everybody was like, "Yes,
Okay,
Morgan's
yeah.
back."
Okay, cool. So that was before Homeboy got shot in the face, and his
Yes.
eyeball is taken
Before
out.
Carl got shot in his eye.
That was literally
Homeboy.
That was literally
out
the
of
last
the
episode.
hundreds that get shot in the face, we have to
Yeah.
remember Homeboy.
Yeah, but they're all zombies, so we don't care
So,
about them.
why don't I answer your question,
Sure.
J. Don?
Okay, that's cool.
Thank you.
I think the reason why, first of all, there's so much good TV
The reason
on
why
right
people
now.
have stopped watching.
There's
like
so
you.
much good TV on right now. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it,
Well, Game of Thrones isn't on for another year.
there's a lot
We'll get
of
to
really
that.
good TV. The casual viewer moves away. What they have there, when you talk about 8 million watching the finale, those are the 8 million people that really love the show. The rest of the people, they lose them, they go on, they watch other things. And that's just what it comes down to. There's too much good TV.
No, it's not that. No, I stopped watching because they started doing the same shit just with different people all of a sudden in the picture. They walk a little bit, they see some zombies, and then there's another bad guy with another alternate weapon that he likes to use.
What do you want to see? Iron Man?
I mean, no, I want to see a series finale, to be honest.
It's coming. At some point,
No,
they'll
really?
have
A
to
season
end
finale's
it.
coming?
A
Thank you.
series.
Oh, thank you for telling me that the
I
show's
mean,
going to
look,
end.
when you read online, they talk about how there's probably
I don't read.
7 more seasons worth of content they have based on the comic books. They're not going to go that
I
far.
mean, they're catching up with the comics really quickly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've got new villains coming up, and then you've got brand new villains that they just introduced in the comics that I think we might have seen a little bit of.
That's true. I mean, one thing that I kind of expected out of this season was, especially the season finale, maybe kind of introducing the Whisperers, which, if you follow the comic book or not, it's just a group of fanatics out there that actually walk around with zombie skin and blend in with the zombies and Alpha and Omega and that whole situation. So,
And they whisper to each other.
yes, hence the Whisperer name. So, I was kind of disappointed in that, seeing how with the wrap up that it was going to be more of it looks like we're in for a Civil War kind of type of thing coming in the next season, and we'll see how that plays out. So that's just kind of my take from it. Is I like when they wrap it up, kind of leading up to what we're going to expect next season a little bit more, like they did with the Wolves, and
That's
then of
right.
course season 2 leading into the prison.
They show it
and
after the
everything
credits,
else.
right?
Right.
They'll do a little teaser.
Right. A little teaser, and we didn't really get much. It was just Maggie kind of being like, all right, well, this sucks that my husband's death wasn't avenged. So
What we really got was like a dark room, like Corleone office
Yeah,
kind of
for
scene,
sure.
where it was kind of lowly lit.
Yeah.
And it was the godmother basically giving them their marching orders. Really.
Right. Yeah, and on top of that too, it's really surprised me how Jesus, who's always been like pro-life and
was
pro
sitting in
everything,
there.
and
Yeah.
he's the one. Jordan's
Jesus
face
is
right
in the show.
Sort of. He is a Jesus-like character.
Right. How he's the one that's in there, like, in on this meeting when the whole time he's like, we need to save the people. We can't just keep killing just to kill and blah, blah, blah. And
Exactly.
I'm just like, all right, this, they definitely need to step the game up next season, and we'll see what happens, obviously, with Negan now being captured and a prisoner and all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And we got a couple of flashbacks, or flash forwards, rather,
Right.
to where, I don't know if you remember this, but we saw that scene where Negan was actually
worker,
helping
was a
them
worker,
yeah.
till
In the
the
farm.
garden,
Right.
So that's coming. He's still alive in the comics, so they're going to use it. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan is an amazing actor. They're lucky to have him.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, he was on Howard Stern last week, and
Howard Stern still a thing?
he made it. I mean, he made it sound like that he's not going anywhere for a while.
Right.
So. I'd like to take the opportunity to shout out another one of our sponsors, Bull's Tavern, located in downtown Winston-Salem. They have 24 taps, classic cocktail lists, and great bourbon selections. Live music, 4 nights a week, and Sunday Fun Day home spot with Bloody Mary and Mimosa Bar. Guys, check out Bull's Tavern in Winston.
All right, Seba, you got some things to say about Walking
Yeah,
Dead.
I mean, I think, my favorite part, and I think Jadon alluded to this a little bit, we finally got some resolution. This thing with Negan, the war with Negan has been going on since 2016.
Right.
It,
The whole first
14
half was
years.
like
The
one
whole-
day.
The whole first half of this season, exactly,
Yeah.
was one day. So the fact that we kind of finally got through this and we're moving on to whatever that next big thing is a little bit, it makes me happy. Now, we talked about it.
Big things make you happy.
Big things do make me happy. Doodoo Brown alluded to this a little bit. One of the things that I sort of brought up in our pre-meeting was this idea of the evolution of Rick Grimes, right? After every major event, after the governor, now after Negan, he kind of resets a little bit, going from this sort of peaceful guy, I'm a farmer, to this savage beast that has to do whatever's necessary to sort of save the group. So
Like after his wife died.
Hey, at least you remember
that's
that.
right. After his wife died, he did sort
I get
of
that
calm
reference.
down.
I can add to stuff, okay?
Me personally, I'm a huge Rick supporter.
But that-
I love Rick.
Team Rick.
He's my favorite character. He's one of my favorite TV characters of all time.
Fuck
When
buttons.
when he is biting people's throats out and like being a savage beast, he is way better than when he's being
A farmer.
peaceful
Yeah.
Rick. So, just sort of the evolution of Rick Grimes back to that peaceful guy that just came out of a coma and is trying to figure out what the heck's going on, or Farmer Rick is. It's a little bit frustrating for me because I like him when he's going at it. But
Beast mode.
where does Negan fit in? You talked about it, Jadon, how there's flash forwards of him being a farmer and being a contributor to the community.
I mean,
But how do we get there?
well,
Right.
It's going to be a rough road because Negan's done a lot of crazy, mean, distasteful things.
Yes,
But-
Maggie, I'll find you.
You kind of get a glimpse at the end of that episode where, Rick just mentions Carl, and then Negan just you see that little bit of humanity in him when he mentions Carl, and that gives him the opportunity to take the blade to him. But
Glass.
cutting implement.
He was taking
Right.
notes.
Yeah,
Good job.
good.
Proud
Mental
of him.
notes.
But no, going along with the evolution of Rick, I think a lot of these characters are putting on fronts, like Eugene, for
Yeah.
example.
Right.
He finally got to that point where he's completely turned. He is Negan, right? And so he's in that mindset, but he's just, he's puffing his chest out, really. He knows exactly he's not a bad person. He's not going to, turn on these people. He wants to survive. His goal in life is just to survive until the next day. And so he's going to do whatever he has to do that. And I love the fact that, the writers, give credit where credit's due. They took you to that edge where this guy is completely changed sides. But then, you see the Braveheart lineup at the end, and then all the guns exploding. That was
good.
I think
Yeah,
I was
not expecting that.
I was
will say
cheering
that.
a little too loud when that happened. I
was
really
interesting.
loved Eugene. I'm sick of everybody shitting on him, and I'm glad that he's back with our group.
Agreed.
But they shit on him for good reason.
Well, it's just because he's a pussy.
Right.
We shit on pussies.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, my main.
Wait, what?
I don't know if we're gonna keep that in there or not. we might edit that part out real quick.
Might.
So the last
No. You don't edit out facts.
my last thing here is the Maggie situation. You know, are we ready as viewers for an internal struggle? Is that group? I mean,
Splinter group.
What happens after that, right? Like,
Right.
I sort of feel like they're using that as a cliffhanger to go, ooh, Maggie and Daryl. I mean, you know, Jesus is almost irrelevant, I think, in that whole situation. It's like, ooh, Maggie and Daryl. What I think is going to happen is there'll be a little bit of conflict. This new group, the Whisperers, or, you know, some form of the Whisperers that they introduce will bring that group back together, and it'll be like this, you know, like moment where everybody's come back together and everybody's happy. I think sort of the first half of next season will be that whole Maggie plotting, Daryl plotting, Rick and Michonne. You see this big conflict coming, and then the real threat comes in, and then they kind of solidify as a group and go back after things. That's how I see it.
So, final question from me, which I can't assure you that it's going to be the final question from me. Rick and Michonne, a thing?
Oh, yes. Rick.
Like AMC sex scenes?
There was one.
Closest you can get.
one.
Yeah.
There was one sort of Top Gun,
like,
shadowy, like dry hump.
No way.
Shadowy.
I'm okay with that.
Shadowy dry hump situation. When they went to battle, they were holding hands.
Yeah.
In this last episode.
Where did she hold her sword? In the other hand? Or was she holding her dead
She has the sheath,
Shoulder
man.
strap.
The
stepsons?
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
My
Heard.
thing is, you know, on Walking Dead, that I just want to cover real quick is, you know, obviously fans of the show know Carl's gone.
Certainly not in front of Carl. Carl! 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 Carl!
Carl's dead?
Says Jordan Brown.
Yeah. So, yeah, Carl's gone. A lot of us are happy. I know my tattoo artist was thrilled to see him go. Yeah, honestly, the first couple seasons, the show should have been renamed Where the Fuck is Carl?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you can't keep track of your kid, especially during a zombie apocalypse. I don't let my daughter out of my sight at all whatsoever. But during a zombie apocalypse, you figure you can kind of keep an eye on your kid a little bit better. But
You know they make child leashes now.
they do. And we had those in the 80s. And trust me, my mom had one on my wrist, and it was not fun.
Well,
Just
you
a
are-
tug.
you are Puerto
so
Rican.
that's what's
so I
wrong
don't-
with you?
Is that a Puerto Rican
my
thing?
parents
or-
are fantastic. Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's a Puerto Rican thing. You know?
Keeping him on that list.
But you know, I did like seeing. Keep my wrist. I did like seeing the evolution of Carl though as the seasons progress and seeing him man up and take care of things on his own
and
you
shoot
know
a kid in the back.
Yeah, he did. But you know that kid totally deserved it
He
though.
totally
shot a kid in the back.
He wasn't
Oh,
ready
definitely.
to give his girl up. I mean, Carl
Right.
was in on that pussy. It was his pussy at that point.
He shot a kid over some pussy.
Yeah, sort of.
All right,
He
Carl's
pulled
kind of
what
cooler.
we
to me.
called it Jordan Brown.
Carl's kind of cooler to me now. All right, Carl.
So, you know, I mean, and then of course he ends up saving the doctor in the woods, and that's where he got bit. And then, you know, he writes the letters to everybody. Yes, I know, spoiler alerts
Oh my
all
God.
day long for you, man.
Carl's a zombie?
Well,
He didn't
before
make
he
it.
turned, you know, he decided to take his own, just, pew, yeah.
Wow.
family would
That
not
is
let
an
that
adult
happen.
thing to choose.
It is. So seeing that, and then my main question mark, you know, after seeing everything is the helicopter at the trash yard.
Yes.
What is going on with that? Rick mentions the helipad
Yep.
a little bit. What was it? Was it before the break or after the break?
It was after the break.
after the break, and then you see the helicopter come back in when the lady with the horrible haircut, what's her name again?
It was Jadis.
Jadis.
Slash
Trash
Ann.
queen.
Trash queen, you know, and she's got Negan there tied up. The helicopter comes. Trash queen is pretty good. And then the helicopter shows up, it's just hanging there and then disappears. I want to know, like, as far as where they're located at. I know that they're not like next door neighbors as far as like Hilltop, the Sanctuary, and the trash heap, but how does nobody not see this helicopter in the sky ever?
Why would you take a helicopter to your next door neighbor's house?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
You can
I
walk
know that they're
behind.
not like 10 minutes away from each other, but how do you still not see something in the
And
sky?
what's the significance? Because there's no
Right.
markings. There's a little mark on the tail or whatever, but it's nothing significant.
And you know
Like,
she wanted to light that fire for it to, raise attention that she was there.
That was her ride.
Right. But,
What I'm
so that,
assuming.
that to me, I was just kind of like, okay, well, he mentions the helipad. We see the helicopter and then nothing.
nice.
So,
I'll tell you, my gripe here is, who is mowing all these yards?
That's a good point.
How long has this been going on?
You know what I like? I like that you just said that because I notice shit like this all the time, and I say it to people, and they're like, "Why would you notice that dumb shit?"
Well, let's
You're
hope
like,
it
well,
wasn't.
Think about it.
Let's hope it wasn't Carl.
you know what really grinds my gears?
I mean, they're about to do battle.
You know what really Rick Grimes my gears?
That's what I'm saying. They're
I
about to
watched
do
the
battle
show.
on this giant field, and the whole thing is mowed. It's manicured like
It's
a damn
preposterous.
golf course.
That's why I
Yeah.
stopped watching the show because of mowed grasses.
You give it a week in Georgia or Virginia or wherever the hell they are now.
Right.
You give
Virginia.
it a week, and it's up to your knees at
You
least.
start up one lawnmower, and you got all these zombies on you. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, how are you going to do
Exactly. The shit ain't quiet.
They got walls.
So that is
bro.
a very good point.
that? Okay.
All right.
Well, apparently this segment was brought to you by Silent but Deadly Lawn Care. When you want to keep your family safe, but you're really OCD about crabgrass.
All jokes aside, we do want to take an opportunity to give credit to one of our sponsors, Gate City Growlers. They have 20 taps. They specialize in small North Carolina breweries and specialty craft beers. Working with the little guys since 2015, guys. Please stay local. Take care of the local shops.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of multiPOPtural. And when I say another, I mean the very first one. So I am Jordan Brown, a.k.a. Doodoo.
I'm Jadon, the comic nerd.
Ryan Saba, Captain Cleveland.
Brian H., a.k.a. B. Hearn, a.k.a. Puerto Rico's finest. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week. Same bat channel, same bat place.